taking you back to 586 BCE. Babylon's king Nebuchadnezzar stood at the gates of Jerusalem. What happened next would shatter a nation and scatter a people across an empire. This is the story of the first temple's destruction and the bitter reaction that followed. Nebuchadnezzar's forces breached Jerusalem's walls in 586 BCE. The siege had lasted months. Starvation, disease, and despair had already broken the city before the final assault. The Babylonian king showed no mercy. The first temple stood at the heart of Jerusalem. Solomon had built it centuries earlier as the center of Israelite worship. Inside its walls, priests offered sacrifices. Pilgrims came from across the land to pray. It was more than a building. It was the physical presence of their covenant with God. Babylonian soldiers set fire to the temple. They tore down its walls, carried off its treasures, and left it in ruins. The destruction was total. Thousands of Israelites were marched east into exile in Babylon. Their homeland lay in ashes behind them. This was the Babylonian exile, a defining trauma in Jewish history that would last decades. Ancient tradition records a bitter detail. Esau, Jacob's brother and rival, is depicted as rejoicing when Jerusalem fell. In biblical narrative, Esau and Jacob were twins locked in conflict from birth. Jacob became Israel. Esau became Edom. Their descendants inherited the feud. When Babylon destroyed the temple, Edomite sources suggest Esau's line celebrated Israel's downfall. This wasn't just schadenfreude, it symbolized centuries of resentment between two peoples sharing blood, but divided by destiny. Theologians and rabbis interpreted the catastrophe as divine punishment. Israel had broken covenant, worshipped foreign gods, ignored the prophet's warnings. The temple's destruction was judgment, painful but deserved. Yet even in exile, the people held on to faith. They preserved their laws, their stories, their identity. Esau's rejoicing became a lesson too. Betrayal by kin cuts deepest, and history remembers both the fallen and those who mocked their fall. 86 BCE wasn't just a date, it was a fracture in history. The temple fell, a nation went into exile, and ancient rivalries flared in the ruins. But from that catastrophe came resilience, memory, and a people who refused to disappear. That's the power of a turning point. Destruction of the Second Temple by Rome. The Second Temple was completed in 516 BCE and stood as a central place of Jewish worship. Tensions between Jews and Roman authorities escalated in the 1st century CE. The Jewish revolt against Roman rule began in 66 CE, leading to widespread conflict. In 70 CE, Roman forces, led by General Titus, besieged Jerusalem. The temple was destroyed during the siege, marking a significant event in Jewish history. The destruction symbolized the end of the Second Temple period and led to major shifts in Jewish practice and identity. Rome is the kingdom of the Edomites. Both Islam and the Rabbinic Judaism agree that Rome is the kingdom of the Edomites, Idumeans, and that Christianity is the religion of the modern-day Roman Empire. Esau's religion. The book of Jasher details the rise of Zepho, Edomite, to prominence among the Chittimites, Romans, as he leads them to victory over the king of Africa, Carthage. In the book, The Chronicles of Jeremiel, or the Hebrew Bible Historiale, by Moses Gaster, Zepho would later be called Janus Saturnus. The Chittimites, Romans, would make him their ruler, first king of Rome. In the book of Isaiah, Esau, Edom, is called the daughter of Babylon, and Babylon is the first of the great beast empires. The Roman Empire is the last of the great beast empires. Zion's true target today. To understand the true target of Zion is to understand the history of the Jews, to understand their deep-seated trauma. The Hebrew scriptures contend that Esau, Edomites, holds a perpetual hatred for his brother Jacob, Israel, and we see that play out in that his descendants play a large part in the dismantling of both the first and second temples, whether they were egging the Babylonians on or commanding the Chittimite armies of Rome. Today, in light of the current tensions in the Middle East, many people view Iran as the true Zionist target. But if we were to look at Scripture with a more discerning eye, from a less secular viewpoint, you will see that the target has always been Rome. Ultimately, it's Zion versus Rome. To understand the true target, you must determine who currently sits in the seat of Roman power. You might be shocked at the answer. So stay tuned, family. I think we are in for one heck of a ride in the coming days. Make sure and stay in the loop. Check out our upcoming videos. You'll be glad you did.
Can I uncover the real target of the Zionists and connect it to the Roman Empire? Zionism is often viewed as a movement focused on establishing and maintaining a Jewish state, commonly understood as Israel. But what if there's more to it than that? What if there's a deeper, historical connection that most people overlook? The conventional understanding of Zionism's goals might be a misdirection. It's not just about creating a safe haven for Jewish people, it's about something much grander. Something ancient. The Roman Empire, once the epitome of power and civilization, has left a lasting legacy. Could there be a connection between Zionist ambitions and this ancient dominion? The Roman Empire's influence extended across Europe, North Africa, and parts of Asia. Its legacy can still be seen in modern politics, architecture, and law. Some theories suggest that Zionist ambitions are not just about Israel but about re-establishing a form of dominion that directly challenges or seeks to reclaim the legacy of the Roman Empire. This could be through control of key historical territories or institutions. One historical parallel often cited is the Ottoman Empire, which once spanned parts of the Middle East, North Africa, and Europe. The Ottoman Empire was often seen as a successor to the Roman Empire, and its territories were later occupied by European powers. Could the Zionist movement be seeking to reclaim some of this lost territory or influence? The idea that Zionism is connected to the Roman Empire might seem far-fetched, but there are some intriguing historical connections. For example, the city of Jerusalem, considered holy by Jews, Christians, and Muslims, was once a key city in the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire's destruction of the Second Temple in Jerusalem in 70 CE is still commemorated by Jewish people today. The core argument here is that Zionism's true, long-term ambition isn't just about modern Israel but about re-establishing a form of ancient dominion. This dominion could be achieved through control of key historical territories or institutions, challenging or reclaiming the legacy of the Roman Empire. In some Zionist interpretations, the Roman Empire represents a crucial, often overlooked target. This new lens through which to view current events reveals a complex web of historical and geopolitical motivations. So, what do you think? Share your thoughts and alternative theories in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into geopolitical and historical mysteries.
Lions Coloring Book for Kids, Volume 2. Available August 15, 2025 on Amazon. The Bible Lions Coloring Book for Children. Color 30 fun designs of inspirational verses and Christian artwork. A beautiful children's coloring book designed to fill your child's mind with the positive words of God's love. The Bible Lions Coloring Book for Kids was designed to be a fun yet effective way to help children calm their tension. Hand-lettered quotes and adorable hand-designed illustrations will inspire your child as they reflect on God's promises.